Hey friends, it's Corey from Hey Let's Make Stuff. In today's video, we are going to be diving into the 2026 spring trends. So if you run an Etsy shop or you have a craft fair business, or if you just want to make things that are kind of cool this year, this video is going to give you 10 of the best trends that you can make this spring. You may have seen my video on holiday trends that I did back in the fall of last year, and that video did really well. I did one the year before that, and it did really well too. And so I got to thinking, why am I only doing this once a year? Stuff trends at other times of the year, not just during the holidays. So I'm introducing a new series here that we're gonna call the Quarterly Trends series. Basically, once a quarter, I'm gonna be giving you all the trends for the upcoming quarter so that you can make things that will sell really well. So let's chat spring 2026. So I'm really excited as we move out of winter and into spring, because this is the time when we start to see a lot more color popping up, and that is true this year as well. So for our first trend, we're going to talk about color palette. Generally, spring is going to be bright colors or pastels, and this year I'm seeing a lot of 3 different colors. I'm seeing a lot of butter yellow. This has been popular for a little while. I'm seeing sort of a mid-tone, almost dusty pink, and a cool blue. Now, of course, when you put all 3 of these together, they feel very Eastery, which works very well for the spring. But these are the 3 colors that I'm seeing the most when I'm looking in fashion trends and that sort of thing, and I think those are going to carry over into the crafting space. So if you are choosing blanks like t-shirts, I would lean into these colors. You can also lean into these colors with other materials, of course, but if you are choosing t-shirts, I highly recommend the comfort colors Butter, Crunchberry, and Chambray. I think that these 3 colors are the closest I'm seeing in this palette, and if you do t-shirts, I would definitely add these to your line. In addition to these colors, neutrals are remaining strong, so if you are doing clothing and that sort of thing, those sort of, beige, ivory, flax, those sorts of colors are all going to be really popular as well as we move into spring. My second trend is patchwork everything. So patchwork was actually on my last trends list, and it is continuing into the spring here. Basically, we are seeing sort of this renaissance of this sort of handmade heirloom feel, except we're making it a little bit modern. So maybe instead of actually, hand quilting something onto a t-shirt, we're using a DTF transfer. A lot of this is kind of AI slop that I don't really love, but there are some really great artists out there that are making this sort of patchwork design that looks really cool. I'm also seeing a lot of upcycling. So if you go to Goodwill or whatever, you're gonna find a lot of quilts, and I'm seeing a lot of people turning those quilts into other things. So jackets or tote bags, those sorts of things. And I think that this sort of aesthetic of taking what's old and making it new is gonna carry us through probably the rest of this year. Another influence that I'm starting to see, and I really hope this becomes big because I love it, is sort of woodblock linotype prints. This is one of those types of art that I always wish I had gotten into, but I didn't. But I am now starting to see it more and more when I visit like the home stores around in my area. So whether it is block printed tea towels, for example, or a t-shirt that has a big block print on it, I feel like I'm seeing more of this, and honestly, I love it. So I really hope we see more as we move throughout this year. Number 4 is florals. And I know what you're thinking, florals for spring, groundbreaking, right? But the florals this year are a little bit different. This year, we're really seeing the scale on the flowered prints get much smaller. So think about Liberty prints, classic calico prints. I'm seeing a lot of this now, especially combined with the sort of patchwork that I was talking about before. These small floral prints are really popular. These feel a little bit more like wildflowers than those sort of like curated bouquets that we've been seeing. I really like this trend again. I think it's going to be really cute. I'm seeing it a lot in fabric. So if you work with fabric, I would definitely lean into some of these sort of small, tiny flower prints. I think it's going to be really big. Number 5, strawberries. So we've had cherries for the last couple of years, but this year I'm starting to see some more strawberries. They are a little bit softer. They're a little bit more cottagecore versus coquette. And I'm starting to see them on all sorts of different things. T-shirts, art prints. I think strawberries are going to be really hot this spring season. And I think if you can sort of incorporate this strawberry vibe into your products, you could do really well with them. And then number 6, we have geese and ducks, which have been popular for a while, but they are still trending very strong. So I think I said this in my last trends video that we had ghosts for a really long time, and then those ghosts have somehow sort of morphed into ducks and geese. And so I think we're going to be seeing these geese for another few months. They are starting to feel a little dated for people who are trendy. However, I do feel like people who are just in the mainstream are like, yes, still give me all the geese. I love them. One specific area I am seeing this in is the renaissance of these like 1990s kitchen geese, right? With the blue bows around their necks. If you are of a certain age, then you totally know what I'm talking about. These are showing up on t-shirts with DTF transfers or sublimation. I am seeing these geese everywhere, and they are feeling fun and quirky and retro. And I think this particular type of goose is going to stick around a little bit longer, just because of that whole sort of cottagecore, grandma core thing that we're seeing right now. These geese are going to remain pretty popular. I'm also seeing, and I'm not sure it's going to take off, but it is around, is people using runner ducks instead of geese. So runner ducks are kind of like the bowling pin shaped ducks, and I'm starting to see those used instead of geese. So maybe runner ducks are going to be popular. I'm not sure, but it is something that I have seen in the past couple weeks that I have not seen in the past. So just something to keep in mind, that you could also add ducks into the mix. Another carryover from the holidays are bold stripes. So we saw all sorts of really great bold stripe bows and things over the holidays. Now we're turning those into bold stripes for spring. These are wonderful. They feel very much like a sundress to me, like something that you would put on and wear, I don't know, in the Riviera, who knows. But they do feel very springy to me, and I think we're gonna see a lot of these big stripes as far as fashion goes. But how do you put that into your crafting? So maybe it is part of a print, maybe it is artwork, maybe it's in stickers. You can figure out ways to use this because it feels really fun and trendy. Going back to that sort of grandma cottagecore feel, we are seeing more like heirloom details, feminine heirloom details. So whether that's lace and doilies, maybe it's satin ribbons, maybe it is just things that you feel like maybe you were digging through your grandmother's chest and you pulled out brooches, those sorts of things. Now, this is a little bit harder because you want these things to feel like they are rooted in some sort of history. So I'm kind of thinking about it as we've had this coquette aesthetic, this very hyper girly aesthetic, very curated for quite a long time now. And now we're seeing people trying to pull that more into like a real life collected feel. So maybe you have something that you purchased and then you pair it with something that you found in your grandmother's chest. So whether that is costume jewelry or, you know, old art prints or things like that, this sort of collected feel versus a curated feel, I think is going to be really popular. And I think it also ties us to a specific moment in time, right? We can buy all the stuff we want anywhere, but if we can connect with a piece of our history, it means a little bit more. So I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of that this year. Number 9 is kind of vague, but I've been seeing it everywhere, so I'm going to throw it in here, and that is knots and chains. So I'm thinking things like I'm seeing more people wearing headbands with the knot at the top. I'm seeing a lot of home decor that has like knotted wood. I'm seeing chains like made out of resin for keychains. I'm seeing rope keychains as well. So I feel like there's just something with knots and chains. This is very vague, and I don't know how you might apply it to your business. Some of this comes from the sort of nautical feel we've had trending for a couple years now, but it's just something I've been seeing, so I thought I'd throw it in here in case it was applicable to your business. And I've saved my favorite for last is I think we're gonna see gummy bears trend. This is kind of a silly one, but if you make something that would work really well with this sort of gooey candy feel, I think these are going to be a lot of fun for spring. People want to come out of their shell in spring, right? We have been sort of holed up for winter and the sun is out and it's bright and it's colorful, and gummy bears are perfect for this, whether it's like a pair of gummy bear earrings or maybe you have a big piece of artwork that has a gummy bear on it. It's fun, it's a little irreverent. It's just one of those things that makes people smile after the darkness of winter. So I do think if you are doing something that has like this candy coated sort of feel, it will work really well this spring. All right, so those are my 10 spring trends. Now remember, if you are running a small business, do not base your business on the trends, right? You want to have your solid products that you use all the time, and you want to incorporate 1 or 2 trends that work really well for your particular products. Maybe it's using a color palette, maybe it's making a gummy bear sticker, maybe it is using some strawberries in your charms, whatever it is. You want to make sure that you are doing what you do really, really well, and then just using trends to help amplify it for that particular season. And that's because, as always, trends come and go, right? And when it goes, you don't want to be stuck with like a whole bunch of inventory that you can't sell because it's not popular anymore. You want your tried and true products with just a little bit of trend sprinkled in. All right, so those are my 10 2026 spring trends. If you really like the idea of me doing this once a quarter, please let me know down in the comments. I would also love to hear what trends you are hoping to incorporate into your products this spring. If you found this video helpful, as always, give it a like. Follow my channel for more trendy content. I'll see you next time.